What's going on there, YouTube, and welcome to Fresh Comic Stories. Guys, this is the channel where we basically sit down and cover different kinds of comic book stories. Now, guys, today we are going to jump back into more DC Comics, but guys, we're going to jump back over to Red Hood. Now, guys, remember, at this point in DC Comics, Red Hood is solo. He no longer has a team to work with. But the thing is though, guys, Red Hood is going after a drug ring called the Underlife. But the thing is though, we finished our last video with the Red Hood arriving in a small town called Appleton. And I really hope I pronounced that name correctly. But the thing is though, all his clues that he has gathered so far led him to this city right here, because it seems like the Underlife is working in this town. So the Red Hood goal is to bring down the Underlife. The thing is though, guys, in this storyline right here, Batwoman also appears. Guys, I do hope you like this video, and if you do, please hit that like button and also subscribe for more comic book videos in the near future. But guys, here we go. Red Hood, issue number 28 and 29. Now guys, to begin our story, we do pick up with a cop who we saw in our last video. Now guys, remember, in our last video, we saw that a mobster has basically taken over a small town. But the thing is though, guys, also the police officers were working for the mobster who took over the town. But the thing is though, guys, we pick up with that police officer who was working alongside with the mobster. The thing is though, guys, the police officer is right now in a hospital because the Red Hood basically broke a lot of bones in this man's body. But the thing is though, guys, he is greeted by somebody in the shadows who tell him to write every single detail that happened to him by the Red Hood. But the thing is though, guys, we get introduced to a new character that right now DC is trying to give us. This character's name is Wingman. Now the thing is though, guys, this is really the only appearance of Wingman in this comic. Matter of fact, guys, these 2 pages, we never seen Wingman again until the next chapter. But the thing is though, guys, we now jump over to Red Hood. Now guys, remember, Red Hood just arrived to a small town called Appleton. But the thing is though, guys, all the clues that the Red Hood had gathered over the past couple books led him to this place right here, saying, listen, something is going on here. The Underlife had possibly have taken over this city. And so guys, right now we pick up with Jason Todd kind of doing some detective work. Right now he's trying to find more clues on how in the world the Underlife is tied into this city. The thing is though, guys, right now Jason Todd is walking around town in the middle of their big festival, some kind of apple pie thing. The thing is though, guys, at first Jason Todd looks around and everything seems normal. You have people just like, hey man, try my apple pie, or my apple this, or apple that. Like they're trying all these different kinds of apple food. The thing is though, you do have Jason Todd walk up to the couple who we saw in our last video who owns the hotel. The thing is though, while he's talking to them, out of nowhere you had the old lady and the old man pull out guns and both pointing towards Jason Todd. And so with that right there, it's Jason Todd trying to defend himself against an old couple. Now it gets even crazier from this point right here, because while Jason Todd is trying to fight against the 2 old people who he thought actually cared for him, out of nowhere the whole town starts to attack Jason Todd. It's an all-out battle for Jason. He's kind of like, okay, so basically I was right. Somehow the Underlife is tied to this city, and now I have to fight every single person who lives in this city. This is crazy. This is wild. but I gotta do what I gotta do. Now the thing is though guys, at first Jason Todd is able to handle himself against this crowd of people. The thing is though, of course, he does get overrun by a bunch of people. Like, he is really outnumbered. No matter how skilled Jason is, he is fighting against a crazy odd number of people. And so of course, he does get knocked out. Now we do pick up with Jason Todd being waken up by some huge monster. Now, while you're looking at this book right here, these next few pages, you realize something, that this big monster looks like Solomon Grundy. But the thing is though guys, this is not Solomon Grundy, but this creature is made by the Underlife. And so now the big question is though, what is the Underlife doing? Because now they made some monster to look like Solomon Grundy. And so of course, with this monster waking up Jason Todd, of course, you do have Jason realize that he has to fight back against this monster or he's gonna die sooner or later. And so of course, you do have Jason able to fight against basically the clone of Solomon Grundy, break out of his bands and start fighting against the monster and ends up killing the monster off. The thing is though guys, as soon as he kills off the monster, out of nowhere somebody picked up a pitchfork and pokes him on his back, and the person who pokes him on the back is of course Batwoman. And now it's kind of like, okay, why in the world is she here for? Are we going to have Batwoman versus the Red Hood? Now guys, of course, you don't have Batwoman and Red Hood fight against one another only because these two characters, they're kind of like the black sheeps in the Bat family. Guys, remember, not too long ago, Batwoman, she shot Clayface, which of course did kill Clayface off. But just like Batwoman, Red Hood shot the Penguin. And so both characters are kind of like the black sheeps in the Bat family. And so they kind of have like this weird bond where they kind of support one another because they both did something they believe in. Now the thing is though guys, you do have Batwoman kind of sit down and talk to Red Hood and say, okay, listen, I'm here for the same thing you're here for, to figure out why in the world we have clones of Solomon Grundy running around here in this small town, but also how in the world these monsters tie into the Underlife. Now of course, you do have Red Hood and Batwoman fight against these creatures, and we do get like a few pages of those fights. The thing is though guys, we do jump back over to a different setting. Now guys, remember, in our last video, Red Hood went to a diner, and the thing is though, he went to this diner looking for more information about the Underlife. The thing is though guys, remember, at that diner, he also ran into Batman. But the thing is though guys, also at this diner, the man that Red Hood attacked, that man was holding a bunch of medical equipment in the back of his 18-wheeler truck. And the thing is though guys, we pick up with Melissa Mitchell right now, taking that man into custody. Now guys, remember, Melissa Mitchell is the FBI agent who we met in our last video. And the thing is, she wants to work with the Red Hood to bring down the Underlife. The thing is though, right now, she's playing catch up because she just got out of the hospital. And so right now, she's trying to catch up to the Red Hood. And so right now, she's taking in the man who he beat up on our last video into custody. And she also opens up his truck and sees that that man was holding a bunch of medical equipment. Now, the thing is though guys, while she's going through the truck, of course, you do have Wingman also there gathering more information about the Red Hood because he's also after the Red Hood. And so right now you have these two characters kind of playing catch up towards the Red Hood. Now we do jump back over to the Red Hood and Batwoman. The thing is though guys, of course, after they were able to defeat some of the clones of Solomon Grundy, they do get on a motorcycle and they do head to a possible location that could give them more information on what in the world is going on. The thing is though, guys, we do get like a one-page setting where you have Batwoman and the Red Hood kind of bond with one another over the idea of what they did was right, shooting Clayface, shooting the Penguin. The thing is though, guys, of course, out of nowhere, they do get attacked by more clones of Solomon Grundy. Now, this part right here though, guys, you do have Batwoman kind of tell Red Hood to go ahead and go without her because she is able to fight against these clones because she now knows these clones are just fake zombie clones. And so she knows she can go ahead and kill them off without worrying about the idea of killing somebody. And so she tells the Red Hood to go without her and go to this location to kind of figure out what in the world is going on. Now, you do have Red Hood go to that location, and he does go to this random house. Now, the thing is though, guys, as soon as Red Hood arrives at this house, he is greeted by a bunch of like ninja soldiers. And it's kind of like, yo, the Red Hood is about to fight against another army of people. Can he do it? And of course, guys, Red Hood is able to defeat every single one of these ninja, these ninja soldiers by himself. And the thing is though, guys, after he beats every single one of them up, he does go inside the house and he is greeted by a random blonde chick. Now, this random blonde chick, she does not really have a name. Matter of fact, guys, Red Hood gives her a name and he calls her Pie Lady. But the thing is though, guys, this lady right here, she honestly she only appears in the whole Red Hood line of stories for like these 4 pages, and that's it. Because the thing is though, guys, you do have Red Hood fight against her and he is able to defeat her very easily. He's kind of like bam bam bam, done. She's taken care of. Now I'm going to ask you questions. Where in the world are you guys basically working out of? Where is Underlife like main headquarters? And you have the blonde lady tell the Red Hood that basically the main headquarters is in the south part of the continent. It is in Mexico. And the thing is though, guys, she does give him a name and he says, you're going after the person named Solitary. And that's all she says, because the Red Hood does kind of blow up the building, killing her, but he was able to get a name called Solitary. The question is though, who is Solitary? Now, of course, guys, though, you do have Red Hood meet back up with Batwoman, and he does get a ride by Batwoman's girlfriend to the south borderline of Mexico and the United States of America. But the thing is though, this is the end of our video. And so guys, in our next video, we're going to pick up with the Red Hood going to Mexico looking for Solitary and also hoping to finally bring down the Underlife. But guys, I do hope you liked today's video, and if you do, please hit that like button down below and also subscribe for more comic book stories in the near future. But guys, I'm out of here and I'll see you on the next comic book video. Later, guys.